A very good afternoon. Karibu sana sana to Midweek Vibes today. Always a joy to be coming live to you to discuss very important topics as we have done in the past, and today is no different. It's my great joy and honor to be hosting this show. My name is Jasmine Wangai, and I'm joined by a wonderful team with me to help me explore a topic on nutrition and longevity. This is a conversation we started last week by a very amazing lady who is a nutritionist, and today she will help us explore that topic. But before we dive right into it, I'll give them an opportunity to say hi to you and introduce themselves, and then we'll get right into the discussion. And I can start on my left here. Please say hi to the people.
Thank you, Reverend Jasmine. My name is Charity Wamboi. I serve here at Mamlaka Hill Chapel, Ruaka, and it is a joy to be part of this conversation today.
Karibu sana, karibu.
Well, our viewers, thank you very much and welcome back. My name, Janet Owor. I'm a registered nutritionist and also a consultant. And it's a pleasure. Today we are taking you through other factors apart from the environmental and social factors that affect our lifespan. So, welcome.
Janet, it's a great joy to have you today.
Thank you.
For making time to come back and
Thank you.
continue
It's a
with this
pleasure.
discussion. You know, I keep saying to myself, nutrition is one of the most cliche, at least nowadays, topic, yet very important when it comes to our lives. And so it's my joy and honor to be exploring this discussion some more. And of course, to just get started us off, we want to ask, how is nutrition related to the longevity or of life, or when it comes to lifespan? How, to what extent does it increase or reduce lifespan?
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to say that longevity, for at least for our viewers, to make it simple,
Yeah.
longevity is the length of lifespan for an individual, independent of all the biological aging processes that we know.
I see. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
longevity, when you look at longevity, when today we look at the medical research, the nutrition researchers have found out that chronic diseases and inflammation, that is, has been found to cause more deaths, early deaths today. So nutrition is a very key component in dealing with longevity or increasing longevity.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder, because when we think about the quality of life, it has also a responsibility on our part. So, what factors should we consider when making decisions on some of the things we pick so that it can increase or possibly improve the
Yes.
quality of our life?
Well, before we say that, basically, I think the last topic we had discussed last week was on nutrition tips, and this was generally how you can be able to identify
Yeah.
healthy ways of maintaining your nutrition. When it comes to longevity, there are factors that we can consider. One is your weight, very important. So weight management is an important factor. Another one is what we call oxidative stress, but we'll at least break it down, allow us. And then another one is the composition of your food that you take. So
Yeah.
those are very key components that we look at when we want to live more
Yeah.
or have a longer lifespan.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you mind just exploring
Yeah.
a little bit on oxidative stress? That's a very new term to me today.
Or
Now
a big
that's-
one.
Or
for
a
that
big one for
matter.
that matter, yeah.
Yeah. Now, oxidative stress, oxidation is it occurs normally in our bodies. Our bodies' biological and physiological functions when we take food. So what happens is this food, when it is digested or these processes take place, the foods, there is a molecule that is produced. These molecules are also they are also what we call free radicals, and these free radicals, they can be damaging to our cells. So what happens to the cells in our bodies is that the body itself produces what we call antioxidants. These antioxidants, they come, bind together with the free radicals so that they do not damage our cells. So when there's an imbalance between the free radicals and the antioxidants in our bodies, that is when we get the term oxidative stress. Yes. So at least our viewers, when you talk about oxidative stress and or oxidative damage, will be able to understand more. Yeah.
You know, essentially, it sounds like what really we are saying, nutrition definitely has a big part to play when it comes to a quality lifespan.
Very
You know,
true.
when it comes to that. And I wanted to know, I know some of our viewers are already looking at some of the things that we have here on the table. And what we'll do, we'll get an opportunity to explore some more, go through some of the go through these labels and see what is contained in it. Is it helpful? Is it not helpful? So that's something you can wait for as we explore together. And I wanted to ask, you know, this thing we keep saying, 80, when it comes to a healthy lifestyle, or someone who is dieting and want to manage their weight, we say 20% working out or 25%. There's a percentage that professionals give, and then 80% has to do with diet. I'm wondering, do you guys as scientists have a percentage that you say when it comes to quality lifespan, nutrition plays this percentage of time, you know, to help increase or decrease a quality life?
Well, there's no definitive percentage, but it plays a major role. Remember, as we were introducing ourselves, I said that there are factors, environmental factors,
Yeah.
apart from the lifestyle, that is nutrition as a key component. So it's intertwined, but nutrition plays a very key component in this. And when we talk about nutrition, it's not just healthy eating,
Yes.
but we also talked about, remember, food composition. So when it comes to longevity, we want to reduce the stress or the oxidative damage in ourselves and in our bodies. And this, the key component is foods that are rich in antioxidants. Yes. So when it
Janet,
comes to
what do you mean? Wait,
Yes.
I feel a bit lost because I feel like this topic is very special to my
Yeah.
heart. What do you mean when you say it's not just about healthy eating? When it comes to nutrition, it's not just about healthy eating. It also has to do with components.
Yeah.
Can you demystify that a little bit more?
Now, remember the last time we talked about health, the nutrition habits, the tips. So healthy eating, it's not just about you having your protein,
Yeah.
having your serving of protein, carbohydrate and vegetables. Then you say, oh, but I eat healthy. Remember we talked about variety? And when it comes to longevity, what I'm insisting on is the composition. And in this time, we are dealing with what we call the antioxidants from our foods, because this is what will prevent or will counter-interact the free radicals in our bodies.
Then let me jump right onto that. Help us understand what's the problem with the free radicals. If we don't have enough antioxidants in the body, what's the problem with the free radicals?
Now, the free radicals are idle. So what they do, they attack your cell membranes and bring about certain implications like inflammation, which, as we said, is a factor that reduces our longevity. Yeah. So free radicals, they are there. They are supposed to be there.
Okay.
They can be able to be utilized by the body.
Okay.
But when they are in excess,
Okay.
that is where the problem
I see.
is.
Okay.
And that is why I insist on antioxidants.
Antioxidants.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really good. I feel it's a little bit clear,
Yes,
right?
we're quite informed. I've just picked the main thing, that nutrition, the decisions we make with what we take can either make our cells degenerate,
Degenerate, yes.
So yes.
hence
Yeah.
then affecting our lifespan. That's why is it a reason, then is that the reason why we have a low, the death, what is it called? We are dying
mortality.
pretty-
Life
the
expectancy.
life expectancy.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the main things that I've picked.
That
here.
is one of the major reasons. Yes.
Okay, then what elements then, we could probably jump right into that. What are some of the elements that determine longevity when it comes to food and nutrition? What are some of the elements that you want to tell our viewers to be on the lookout for? We are all pursuing an opportunity to live longer, not just longer, but a quality life. What are some of the elements that I can pursue?
When we
to
are talking
ensure-
about elements,
Yes.
uh, when we are talking about elements, we are talking about antioxidants again. We are talking of vitamin E. We are talking of vitamin C. Why? Because these three major components that I'm mentioning, or elements, help in fighting inflammation. Remember, inflammation and chronic diseases are
Yes.
so much related.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Inflammation, the frequency of inflammation that you get will determine the risk to chronic diseases like diabetes. So inflammatory diseases are like arthritis, hepatitis, such diseases.
Okay.
So when you want to live long, of course you'd want to avoid sickness or sickness that comes long term. Those are the chronic diseases, which are more predominant today. Yes. So the elements that we look out to, vitamin E sources in our diet.
Yes.
We look at the vitamin C sources in our diet, and most importantly, again, the antioxidant sources.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a specific chart that helps us see the amount and quantities that we need to take for each of these elements? But I know it can be very hard when you're
Yeah,
choosing your
yeah.
meals.
Yeah.
But is there a chart that can help us see the quantities of these elements?
There is a chart used by the dietitians and nutritionists
Ah.
who will be able to know how much you need in a day. That is a recommended daily intake that you need, or the allowances that you need in a day. But I cannot mention each and every. So what we do, because not each and everybody has an access to a dietitian
Yeah.
or
Yes.
a nutritionist. When it comes to antioxidants, they are mainly from plant-based products,
Okay.
also in animals, but the levels in plant products plant sources are at a higher level.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
When we look at vitamin E, vitamin E fights inflammation. So once you're preparing your food, or you are thinking of longevity,
Yes.
not at the back of your mind, but at the front of your mind, don't put it at your back. You think of such sources.
Yeah.
For example, we have the vitamin C sources from the fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
And you know, as you choose these fruits and vegetables as sources of vitamin C and E, it's not just providing such vitamins only.
Okay.
There are vitamin A,
Yeah.
vitamin
Yeah.
Bs, the vitamin K. So it's not just there's fiber.
Yeah.
So you're balancing both the nutrients, macro, remember, and the micronutrients that we talked about the last
week, yeah.
session.
Yeah.
Yes. And then again, the antioxidants, very important.
Okay.
Seems
Yes.
to be the big.
It's big.
It seems
big
to be an
fish, yeah.
important
Yeah.
Yes,
here.
because
Yeah.
you want to balance the oxidative stress so that they are not damaged.
Yeah,
Yes.
I see. And so, and because I feel we do talk about vitamins quite a bit when,
Yes,
when,
yes,
when
yes.
the topic of food and nutrition comes about. But antioxidants, we know it from out there, but we've never had a good opportunity to dive deep and understand. So you did say we can get it from some meats. Is
Yeah.
that what you said? Is that correct?
And mostly from
And mostly
plant-based
from-
sources.
From plant-based sources. Do you mind mentioning some of these plants?
True.
Uh,
Now, when we talk
within-
about plant-based sources, are majorly food products or foods from plants. And when we talk about plant sources again, let us remind ourselves that it is not just the food that we eat, but even the condiments or the spices that we use. When it comes to spices, we have oregano, we have peppermint, we have your turmeric, and these condiments or spices are not just to increase flavor. They also have anti-inflammatory factors and antibacterial factors. So as much as you're taking it just for flavor, remember they are antioxidants,
Yeah.
they are anti-inflammatory,
Yes.
antibacterial, so your gut is also
Being held.
taken care of.
Yes.
Yes, which is very important.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. And are they better when they are fresh? You know, like I'm thinking of mint. I go to a market, a green market, and get it fresh or fresh from my garden. Or are these ones that we find on the shelves already processed, dried, and probably crushed? Now, maybe crushed is not a good word. It's not a good word. It's grounded. You know,
grounded.
that's much better. Is there for you as nutritionist, is there one that's preferable more than the other?
Well, I wouldn't discourage anybody who is able to get it in fresh form if you
Definitely.
cannot get the dried form.
Gotcha.
But the availability of antioxidants in dried form or grounded form is better.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
But remember, as you're also looking at your shelves and buying your spices, you have to see if there are preservatives. So
that's
if
a
you
very
can
big
get
one.
it dried, maybe by your, should I say your farmer,
Yeah.
or you dry it by yourself,
Yeah.
it's better
Without preservatives.
without preservatives.
Yeah.
Yes, because we want to reduce more
Yeah.
on these body damaging elements. Yes.
Yeah.
You've mentioned preservatives, and I've thought about food color. Does it color our world in our tummies, or is it harmful to our body?
Now, food color majorly, the reason why we use food colors is to attract us. So there's an economical value to it.
Okay.
But when it comes to nutrition, there are so many research that has been done and has seen that there are certain chemicals that are there in preservatives that are actually not good for your health. And that's why we say if you can't be able to get the fresh products, then you can be able to do it not just as much. Yes. You moderate the quantity. Not everybody has access to fresh produce.
True.
Yes.
Very
Okay.
true.
Janet,
Yeah.
I'm still hanging on that antioxidant
Yes,
word.
yes.
And
That is our word of the day.
Yes, it is our word for the day, and I think it's rightly so. It's important. You're mentioning you've helped us explore some of these spices, healthy, natural spices that we can go for. You did talk about plant-based, but I'm thinking, do we narrow, is it just any plant, or do we narrow down to specific plants? And I'm thinking, is it vegetables? Because there are sweet potatoes there are these other Irish potatoes and stuff.
Arrowroots,
Are
yeah.
they, what are the some of the richest plant-based antioxidants that we can go for?
Well, fruits and vegetables.
Definitely.
And remember, variety. That is our nutrition tip number one for the last
Variety.
session.
I
So even as you do the fruits and vegetables, remember variety. But when it comes to antioxidants, I can narrow down to berries,
Berries,
blackberries,
okay.
blueberries,
Okay.
Strawberries.
strawberries,
I
Oh,
see.
okay.
the berries, very high antioxidants.
Okay.
The cherries, very high antioxidants.
Okay.
Yes,
All
you
right.
can do your avocados.
Oh, even
Very-
avocados.
yes.
Oh, yay.
Oh, you thought it only
Avocado
provided oil?
massive.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, you can look at the nuts, the almonds, the different nuts, that the cashew nuts, peanuts, ones that you can be able to access.
Okay.
Variety is also key.
In the
Yes.
olive.
So I'm not saying if you can't get almond, then don't take it because peanut has no antioxidants. It has.
Okay.
What you do, variety, as much as you're able to.
I see.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Janet, for helping us understand some of these
You're
things.
welcome.
Like I mentioned, I have special interest,
Vested
even as I
interest.
get to, yeah, even as I get to ask this. So at this point in time, what we'll do, we'll take a short break, and then we come back, we'll continue the conversation. But most, I'm very excited to jump right into these products over here, because
Yeah.
they are very common on our in our pantries. So we wanted to see how helpful or damaging are they to our bodies. So we'll take a short break. See you right after.
Island Ministry welcomes you to a night of merry over sumptuous meal and great fellowship dubbed Lean on Me. So, to you young single adult, mark your calendars. Set aside 1,500 bob to facilitate the dinner. This amount can be paid to our pay bill 700238 under the account name iLife. Prepare to interact with other young adults on Friday, 25th of June, 2021. Kosa Uchekwe. Father's Day is fast approaching. You heard me right. 20th June is the International Father's Day. Kina baba who? Our men's ministry here at Ruaka have organized a soccer match between Mamlaka City and Mamlaka Ruaka at the Two Rivers Soccer Grounds. The match will happen from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. To you, our men here at Ruaka, we will so badly want to win this match, and we thus need your presence. Na ndio msivunje mifupa, practice and training is on Monday and Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Ladies, msikose plot. Come, let's cheer on our men. Kingdom Skaters is back. We are happy to invite you to a time of exhilarating skating action which will happen on the last Saturday, that is the 26th of June 2021, right here at Mamlaka Youth Chapel, Ruaka.
Welcome back to Midweek Vibes. Today, we are still talking about nutrition and longevity, and I'd like to mention a few of us who have joined. We have our very own Reverend Philip Maura. He's saying he's glad to be here. He's a very avid lover of Coke, some of the things that we are seeing here. And he's interested to learn about this drink, among other drinks.
Nice.
We also have Cafe Cynthia. She's learning a lot. The big word again. Antioxidants. Yes, over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you for your comments. I hope this discussion, you are enjoying it as much as I am invested, or we are invested over here. And before we took the break, we were talking about, we've said, like Kathy rightly mentioned, a big word for today is antioxidants. And let me see whether I'm a good student. Janet mentioned that we need antioxidants in our bodies because some of the free radicals that are left in our bodies that are not very helpful because of what they do to our cells. And this happens when there's a process called the oxidative stress, right?
Yes.
And probably you can help us explore some more. What causes or what brings about this oxidative stress in the first place?
Well, that's a good question. Thank you very much. Oxidative stress brought about by unhealthy food products that we take. For example, we have excess sugar intake, excess salt intake, which you may take unknowingly because there is something we call hidden sugars, hidden salts in our, especially in our drinks. We have our Coke that Reverend seem to love so much. Hidden sugars has got a lot of it. Another thing is when you do not exercise. Exercise is very important in balancing the stress factors in your body. So when you are, do I say, not active enough.
Yes.
Yes, that is because as you exercise, your body also removes certain toxins through exercising. Another thing, when we talk about longevity, we've mentioned antioxidants, we've mentioned the vitamin C, the vitamin E, and their sources. Remember, a vital thing is also your immunity. So zinc is very important.
Okay.
Zinc sources like oyster, soybean, very important as we look at those sources. So it's your immunity, you're building your immunity, you're fighting your radicals, you're good to go.
Okay.
Yes.
And so Janet,
Yes.
maybe before we jump right into this, you're bringing something important and it's running through my head.
Yeah.
This source is vitamin C, vitamin E. You did mention about zinc, and especially we know it's been very common in this season,
Yeah.
in this
During
COVID
COVID
season.
Yes.
People, the pharmacists are prescribing it
Yes.
to people. My question is, if I chose not to go the food way, then the food route of gaining these resources, and I substitute them with supplements, is that okay for me? Am I still as healthy as I would love to be, or am I missing out on something?
Now, can we substitute food sources of zinc with supplements? What I'd say is this: a supplement is meant to supplement what you're not able to get. So the first thing, see if you're able to get the sources. You can see your dietitian, your doctor, or your nutritionist. And if you are low in your zinc levels, then maybe your doctor, your dietitian or nutritionist can recommend the supplements. But do not just go over the counter and supplement yourself,
Okay.
because you do not know the levels of zinc in your body.
Yeah.
So it's good to see your physician
Okay,
first.
okay.
Yeah. So supplementation is not something to be done over the counter or as you wish, because people are doing it during COVID times.
Yes.
It's
yes.
an immunity booster, yes,
Okay.
but you have to know that you need it, and
You
there are
need-
people who
I
need
see.
it probably more than you.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I totally agree.
I'm
I-
just
sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just wondering, as a nutritionist and
Yeah.
a consultant, is there something to help you as a nutritionist to be able to see the levels of zinc or potassium or whatever it is in your body, so that when you're prescribing something like a supplement to your client, you're able to give them the right information?
Micronutrient deficiencies are common, and to be able to identify them, it's not easy by looking at you physically. I can be able to look at you physically, say you're overweight, underweight, or your weight is just normal. But when it comes to micronutrient deficiencies, you have to go for your test.
Okay.
So your laboratory technician would help you out.
Yeah.
Then from the test, we are able to prescribe that.
Prescribe what is
Yes,
needed.
what is
All
needed.
right. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Janet, for explaining that. I think
you.
that's very important. We could probably now go into these foods over here, and so as to help us understand these elements that lead to oxidative stress. Yeah. So we have something very common. It's actually very heavy. You can tell. So we have our
Coca-Cola.
Coke is not good. Our Coca-Cola here. Soda. Could you please maybe take us through the label, how to interpret and tell us what is wrong with it and what is good with it? Are there any beneficial, elements from this? Are they any damaging and we should run away from it totally? Please take us through that.
Now, before I explain the information or labeling that is in our soda, I'd like to tell our viewers that as much as we say that getting fresh produce is the best way, not everybody can be able to access that. In fact, most of us do this. We go to our shelves and look for it. Now, the best way that you can be able to ensure that you're getting what you need and not what is harmful is by reading the information contained in your food product labels. Now, there are labels here. Some are written nutritional fact values. We have nutrition information. And this is a 5. This is a 2 liter.
A 2 liter.
That is 2,000 milliliters, like 2,000 grams, sorry. That is equivalent to 2,000 grams. Now, the information that is given is normally given per 100 ml of a serving. So, I don't know if we can be able to zoom into this. We have our nutrition values. Now, this nutrition information, it gives us the contents of what is in our product or our food. And these nutrients are basically given in form of your carbs, proteins, and these carbs mostly in form of sugars.
Yeah.
We have our fibers given there,
Yeah.
and maybe other
I see.
minerals
Okay.
or
Yeah.
vitamins. Another thing that is important is, this one may not have it, but when you look at the importance of reading a nutrition information label, it will provide you with the information on any allergies.
Yeah.
If there's an allergen in your food product, for example, I go buy a product, I'm allergic to soya. So when I buy it, I check on it. There's a warning that there's an allergen, a product of soya.
Yeah.
Then I'm able to leave it.
Yeah.
So that is another thing that is important. And from this label, it will tell you the amount of sugars that you have. Remember, we said added sugars, the one that you add on your table.
Yeah.
Another thing is hidden sugars. You cannot be able to see it.
Yes.
The soda is sweet. You
Yes.
do not know how much sugar you're
Yeah,
you're
you're
taking.
consuming.
So coming back to our Reverend Coke, we have the information given. When you read this information, key components, how much sugar is here? Because we do not need excess sugar.
Yeah,
That's a
true.
good point, because I was going to ask, some of this labeling is very complex and scientific, and not all of
Yeah,
us are in that
it's hard.
industry. What are the key things we can go for that's easy to interpret and understand?
Now, the key thing is when you see grams, there's always the value there is always in grams. That is per 100 ml. 100 ml, 100 grams, the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, for example, here we have our energy, our soda. We are told that we have carbohydrates, 10.6 grams. That is basically sugar. So, in 100,
Yes.
remember this is, how many 100s are there in 2020?
20.
So, 20 times 10?
We're supposed to answer.
Yes,
200.
200. To answer.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. A little bit over 200 grams.
Yes.
And you know, a teaspoon of sugar has, to be specific, 4.2 grams of sugar, teaspoon.
Really?
Yes. So you can imagine
Wow.
how many grams of sugar
You're taking
are there in
Wow.
this soda if you take it
Soda.
at a
Yes.
sitting.
Wow.
And what calories this will provide you. The amount of energy or calories are written there.
So
But
for
it is the
someone-
sugar.
So for someone who goes for, we call it ndufia,
Ndufia.
but it's the tea without sugar, and then goes runs for a glass of Coke.
You're not
They've
helping.
done all the
No,
job. Oh
you're
my
not helping
goodness.
yourself.
I see.
You're not helping yourself.
Yes.
You say, oh, I take sugarless tea, like I told you in the
Yes,
morning.
I
And then you
remember.
go find me with this
A
Coke
bottle of
at a sitting.
Coke.
I'm enjoying myself.
Yes.
So it's you putting more stress in your
Yeah,
body.
yeah.
Yes. So
Okay.
if you want to know, the sugars are measured in 10 grams of sugar. And we know that a gram has, a teaspoon has 4. So if you have 100 ml, this is given in 100. So every drink in 100 ml. So in 100 ml, you have 10 grams of sugar,
Yes.
which translates to 10 divided by 4. How many teaspoons?
10 divided by 4.
10 divided by
Jen is jogging
4 grams,
2 point something.
2 point
2
something.
point something teaspoons.
Yeah.
So if you take like a 300 ml,
Wow.
Okay. Today we
that is
doing
like
math.
30 grams of sugar.
Yes,
30
that's
grams
quite a
of
lot.
sugar, ni
Yeah.
kama you're taking a quarter of your sugar that you buy from your kiosk.
Oh,
That is a lot of sugar.
yes.
So, Reverend,
goodness.
there is your answer. I hope you helped. And I hope you'll know that there is more hidden sugar. And what we have is food coloring. So, basically, what this gives you, it gives you what we call empty energy or empty calories.
Yes.
Why do we say it's empty? Because it is only the calories that you get. There is no nutrients,
At
or
all.
there is less nutrients that you need.
Yes.
So the nutrition value for this is you getting sugars.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
keep that in mind.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
Thank you. Let's explore one more here. And the reason I've specifically picked the packet milk is because there's a rise of this ATM, the
Milk.
ATM milk
Yeah.
in supermarkets and
towns,
stuff. But I'm wondering, why is there such a huge rise yet these ones exist? Probably you could help us go through the labeling as well and tell us, is it beneficial? What should we watch out for? Maybe, yeah.
First of all, why is the rise in the ATM milk?
Yes.
The ATM milk, you can be able to buy it using your 50 shillings. It depends on your
It's
pocket.
cheaper.
Yeah, so it's cheaper. When it comes, and you cannot be able to bargain to get this at 50 shillings. Yes. Or it can't be curtailed to a 20 shilling to
So
fit your
you
pocket.
don't think it has anything to do? You're saying that's one of the
No.
reasons.
That's one of the
Okay.
reasons
There
why
are many
there's a
more
rise.
reasons. Yes.
The other reason is, the reason why this might be better is because of the handling. You do not know how that person running an ATM milk machine handles the
Milk.
milk. So the chances of infection, yeah, is very important. So
see.
even as you go out buy your milk, we are
Yes.
not saying buy this if you can't afford. Remember, know your person, the hygiene, very important. Yes.
Okay.
This one also has a nutrition value. And remember, we also said that even in longevity, we cannot be able to get all the fresh produce or the
Yeah.
products that we dry ourselves. So when you buy packed food products, it doesn't mean that the nutrition value is down. In fact, food products have what we call fortification. So in our milk, what they do, they can be able to add your potassium. Here we have our vitamin A, calcium, vitamin D. It's fortified. So that when you take this milk, there's a certain amount of vitamin D
Yes.
that you're able to get.
Yes.
So when you look at your nutrition value,
Yes.
you're able to know the contents. Yes.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, does the labeling help identify preservatives in the things that we buy off the shelf?
More like whether it's included. in
Yeah,
the
if it's
labeling?
included
That's a good
there.
one, yeah.
Yeah, it's included.
Oh,
There are those
usually.
that are very detailed and included.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So we can trust the labeling.
Well, I'm sure that is the work of the government and
Yes,
the relevant
absolutely.
institutions, but we try as much as we can.
Yeah.
And that is why I say, if you're able to get the fresher,
The better.
is better.
Yeah.
Because nobody is going to tell you that this has got preservatives and what, and the information is not true.
Yeah.
You know that if you get your skuma wiki from your shamba, it has got the minerals not interfered with and the vitamins,
Yes.
and you have your fiber.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
wow.
not saying the dried version is not good.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Just
Janet, that's
Sorry.
helpful. Thank you.
you.
I do see the importance of, and especially having taken us through the Coca-Cola over here. I ran away from, please don't add any sugar in my tea. But then a bottle of Coke is with me every other time. I do see how I'm lying to myself, and I'm sure I don't want to get caught up there.
Can I just add something?
Oh, sure.
yes.
As we talked about here, we have hidden sugars, but remember hidden salt. Salt, the level of sodium, we do not need it as much. So somebody would say, when I prepare my food, I add little salt. But when you go to the supermarket, your shopping basket is full of
Crisp.
salt added peanuts. You have your crisps
Yeah.
full of salt. So you also take that into account, especially for those who need to take low salt, the hypertensive, diabetic people.
Okay.
And not just them. Don't say you're healthy so you can be able to take. Longevity today is our key. Yes.
Okay.
Just
Wow.
allow me to take just a different turn when it comes to expectant mothers. Does their choice of food and nutrition, does it affect the life of the child in the tummy, or when this child is born, then their decisions are what are going to help this child have a longer life or longer lifespan?
It does affect. Maternal nutrition is very important. During pregnancy, especially the first trimester, the first 12 weeks, we get the development of your neurodevelopment, your brain, the brain of the child develops. So it's very key and vital to what content of nutrition you as a mother takes.
Yeah.
Because this is a point during pregnancy that will determine whether your child gets defects, if not genetics, but nutrition related, the spina bifidus, and this will affect your child. And then again, low birth weights, which also contribute to nutrition deficiency if not well taken care of.
Yeah.
So maternal nutrition, what you take during pregnancy, is very important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So this leaves us to be very intentional people
Yes.
when it comes to that. We're not just affecting ourselves,
Affecting
Even
but
the
also
future.
even the
What you
future.
eat is what your child eats.
My goodness.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Janet, for helping us explore that. And I know we've said very many things, and especially combining from last week. But I'm wondering, as a nutritionist, I don't know why that word is running away from me. What's, if we forget everything else, today as we wrap up this discussion, what's the one thing or two or three, but the key things that you would not want our viewers to forget when it comes to the question of nutrition and longevity?
Well, to live a longer lifespan than we expect. One, do not forget variety, as we had said, in your selection. Remember, there are hidden fat, hidden sugars, hidden salt, and these are mostly found in processed food products. So if you go for a more wholesome food products, the better. So remember wholesome food products. Remember your sugars, hidden sugars, and avoid them. Remember, water is very key in flushing your toxins, in your digestion, in your metabolism, in everything that you do. Again, remember exercise, very vital. And remember what type of oil you're taking. Again, remember your labeling. Read what is there. Know what you're eating. Don't just eat it because it is written or
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
advertised.
Yes.
Know your contents. That is going to help us a lot. And the type of oil that we use.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Remember omega-3 fatty acids, very important in controlling your inflammation. Yes.
Omega-3 fatty acids.
Omega-3 fatty acids.
From?
Did you mention that?
From?
Omega-3 fatty acids, we can get them, the omega acids, that is, we can be able to get them from the fish and seafoods. We can get them from vegetable oils, like one we have here.
Olive oil.
This is olive oil.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, we have the seed oils,
Yes.
like the sunflower oils.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
very important.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank
Janet,
you.
yeah, for sharing this wealth of information with us. We are people who are desirous of a better quality life, and it more has to do with our responsibility. Ultimately, we believe God is the one who determines our
Yes.
times and seasons, how long we should live, but He's also left a huge part of responsibility for
Yeah.
us. Asanteni sana, and thank you for joining us for today. That's it from Midweek Vibes today, and until next time, have a great week.